Roundup family, what's good? What's good? You know, Chris Haskins once again hanging out at the Valuetainment Vault Conference 2019. You know, my mission, my ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Today, I've had an opportunity to meet Kedrian.
How you doing there, Chris?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing wonderful.
This gentleman has an amazing story. Give me a little bit about your background and who you are, my brother.
Well, first of all, my name is Kedrian Brewster. I've done 14 years in prison. Wow. I've been home 5 years, and I'm the owner of a hot shot trucking company.
Gotcha.
I'm from Dallas, Texas. I come from a dysfunctional household.
We all do. Well, not we. I do too.
Right. Well, I grew up in the streets, that type of lifestyle. But after doing the time, I came home, wanted to start me a company, and we looked up, and I'm on my way to making multi-millions.
Wow. Can we get a snapshot of before you went in? Who was that Kedrian? Would you care to share a little bit about that? Who was that? Because that's not this guy here, no doubt.
Right.
You don't have to do too much detail. You can kind of just, if you want to give us a sugar coat.
I'll say this, I was somebody that wanted to be down. I wanted to prove myself to others. I didn't know who I was.
Self-awareness.
Correct. I didn't know my capabilities. I didn't know how powerful I was. I never knew that I was going to become a multi-millionaire. I didn't know that I had that in me.
You didn't. So basically, it boils down to self-awareness.
Correct.
So important, man. So important. So give us a snapshot of your business now, my friend.
Well, I own 4 trucks.
What type of trucks you got?
Dually trucks. I got 40-foot gooseneck trailers. We haul anything that's not over 16,000 pounds. We travel the world.
Anything from trucks to farm equipment. I don't know what.
Generators, containers, housing equipment, construction. I have a big contract with a company called Excalibur Container, and they build hunting cabinets, storages, but
sheds,
whatever that's what they do, and I haul it for them.
Wow.
And right now we've grossed over $500,000.
Is that in a year or in general?
That was in last year. This year we've added 2 trucks and 2 trailers, so we're looking to gross at least 1.5 million.
I'm excited for you. Good God. Your demeanor is extremely serious, by the way.
Yeah, I'm very serious about trying to get to the next level of becoming a certain individual. I'm very serious about that.
I see that. I'm sensing that.
Yeah, I don't really like that. I'm not saying I don't play around and kick it, but when it's time to get to the business, it's time to get to the business.
Okay, Kedrian, I honor that, brother. I honor that. So what does entrepreneurship mean to you?
To me, it means trying. Being willing to fail and get back up and continue to keep going, because in order to become an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to fail. You got to be willing to accept failure. You have to be willing to accept that.
Okay.
If you're not willing to fail, you're not ready to become an entrepreneur.
If you're not willing to fail, okay. So for my audience that don't want to fail, because a lot of us are just scared to try because we don't want to fail. Okay. How are we going to help them get over that? Is there something that you have to just one day say? I know for me, I'm willing to just suck. I know I'm going to suck at something because I don't know how to do it. So people that are just scared to take that step, which no doubt, you didn't have that fear, presumably from your past life.
Correct.
So it was almost, let me ask you for you, did you have any, I couldn't fail.
Right.
I had nothing else to fall back on.
Right.
This was it for me. If I didn't produce, I didn't eat. Right. Tell me how do you get past that fear of failure?
For me, my thing was, how you gonna know if you don't ever even try? As long as you scared, you gonna forever be scared. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, them guys said they missed 100 shots that they never took. If you never take the shot, you're gonna continue to miss it. You gotta at least try, at least put forth that effort. So for me, I had to try.
Was being an entrepreneur the only option, or obviously you could have went work for somebody? I mean,
Well, I started out working for somebody.
In the trucking?
In the trucking.
Okay.
I got my CDL license. I went state to state, and my mindset was, if I can work 15, 16 hours for you every single day, why I can't do it for myself?
Great mindset. Great mindset. Okay, my friend, let's keep moving. Favorite book?
My favorite book is The Autobiography of Malcolm X by Alex Haley.
Nice. Tell us why.
Well, first of all, Malcolm has the same background as myself.
Which is?
He come from the streets. He was a hustler. He was slick, but he went to prison. And when he went to prison, that transformation is where it took place at. And Malcolm is the one who explained to me, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book.
Oh, wow.
And I was so dumbfounded by the statement. I was like, what? Hold on, what did he just say? And I was like, that's a serious statement. A lot of my peers and associates coming up, they don't read. Mm-hmm. They don't know nothing about information, nothing about knowledge. And I hate to tell people this, but without reading them books, you're never going to get to the next level.
Impossible.
It's impossible. You have to read. The more you read, the more information you're going to acquire. The more it's going to become second nature to you. And your mind's going to begin to move. It open up other airways, other frequencies within the brain. You have to be willing to read.
I love it. It's funny you mentioned that because I'm of the philosophy that a segment of our population years ago was murdered for opening up books. So why not open the books up instead of putting the TV on?
Right. Oh, I believe it. I'm a published author, so I wrote a book. I believe in reading.
So you're an author too?
Correct.
Okay, tell us about your book.
I'm the author From the Rec Yard to the Streets.
From the what?
From the Rec Yard to the Streets.
From the Rec Yard to the Streets.
I hope I got a copy for you.
I'll pick it up. Why not?
I don't even have one in here. It's just a book about, right. You can go on Amazon.com. Amazon.com, From the Rec Yard to the Streets, and it's about individuals that's coming home from prison, coming home from jail, and you having to reintegrate into society. The way you conducted yourself and handle things in there, you won't be able to do that into society. You get into it with your supervisor on the job and you cuss him out or you beat him up, you're going to jail. Whereas in prison, if you have a problem with someone, we're going to go to the shower, rec yard, we're going to fight it out, and that's that. Okay, you cannot handle things like that out here like that. You have to have coping skills. In prison, you walk around, you sag, it's not a big deal. Okay, you come into society, you walk around with your pants hanging down, people going to treat you accordingly.
Wow.
You have to be able to make that transformation. So that's basically what the book consists of.
I love it, Keith. Wow, man, you're dropping some knowledge, brother. But I see the young people. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 35.
35. The young boys with the pants down. I bite my tongue, you know.
Right.
I don't know what's going on in their minds.
Correct.
And I was that.
Right.
You know, so I can't necessarily be mad.
I'm not mad at it, but I always tell people this. When I used to walk around with my pants hanging down like that, it keeps you in a certain mindset.
State of mind.
Right. Versus if you pull your pants up, you're going to kind of look at things different. You're going to think different because you're going to be in a different mental state. Right.
Final thing for our audience that want to be entrepreneurs, my friend. What can you drop on us?
Research.
Full-time entrepreneur.
You want to be a full-time entrepreneur? Don't nobody need to know your business better than you. Don't nobody need to know your industry better than you. You say that you want to be an entrepreneur, you say you want to do this, but it's 6 o'clock in the morning and you sleep.
Oh, Lord. So you're telling my audience that they're going to have to get up a little earlier, Adrian?
I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I don't go to sleep till, 10, 11 o'clock at night. Once you decide to become an entrepreneur, at that job, that was a guaranteed check. And you thought you was working hard. But once you become an entrepreneur, your money comes from strictly you. So you was working 10 times hard at the job, now you become an entrepreneur, you gotta work 20 times as hard.
I think people they underestimate the path and the difficulty it is, Keith, to be an entrepreneur, my friend.
The difficulty is it's not even measurable in words because you're gonna go through some things and your willpower is gonna be tested. How bad do you really want this? Are you really prepared to be an entrepreneur? A lot of people say they want to have their own business, but you don't know what's required of you having your own business. Being able to make sound decisions, holding people accountable. This your homeboy, and he's supposed to have got the delivery here at 8 o'clock and he didn't get there at 9 o'clock, but you don't say nothing to him because that's your homeboy. No, sir. We have standards, we have values, we have principles. Installing that culture, it's so much that comes with what you do. It's more than just you selling something or you doing this, your service. You have to give me a reason to want to come and spend my money with you.
Nice, man. Wow. What is one thing you're going to take away from the Valuetainment Conference so far, Keith?
The biggest thing is me studying myself.
Yeah. Like, who are you?
Yeah, who do you want to be?
Who you want to be?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
I know I want to be an influencer, but
Influencer in what aspect? For your community? For people that look like you? For the country?
No. I want to be an influencer in my community. Individuals that come from my background, my demographic.
They need you, no doubt.
Because they don't believe that this can be achieved. 10 years ago, had you told me I was going to be a multi-millionaire, I would have told you, how are you going to do that? It wouldn't have never crossed my mind that it was achievable unless I was rapping, playing ball, or selling dope. I never in my life would have thought I would have figured out a plan to be able to accumulate millions of dollars without committing a crime. And it's very possible.
Wow. I think our community needs you, my friend.
Yeah.
Especially this whole, obviously we have different characters, we have different backgrounds. I think this character needs a better light and whatever on the narrative of our people that look like us. The narrative.
The narrative of it, correct.
It's in the
I tell people,
like your narrative is success. It's an entrepreneur. It's trucking.
Right.
This is.
I tell people, my wife asked me why won't I take my goals out my mouth.
Okay.
And I told her that the reason why I don't want to take my goals out my mouth, I want you to know that I come from the streets. I want you to see the tattoos. I want you to feel the pain. I want you to know that I'm really from this.
See the tats.
I want you to know that I'm really from this in real life. So that way when I'm telling you now that I'm a multi-millionaire, I don't want to hear the BS about it can't be done, or I didn't have this and this. I don't want to hear that, because there's nothing you done been through that I tell you. I had a 16-year-old brother that was killed while I was sitting in prison. Everything that's imaginable that you think you done been through, I done already been there and done it. So I'm not really big on the excuses.
Excuses.
Yeah.
You give me a kind of a Master P-ish vibe as I'm talking to you. Has anybody ever said that?
Nah, but I follow his content.
He's a boss.
He's a boss.
Yeah.
He's a boss. Yes.
The vibe you're giving me is kind of like, I ain't finna hear. I don't want to hear none of that. But let's go. Do
yeah, I don't want to hear no excuses. I'm holding you accountable, and I'll tell you, we just can't be associates. We can't, kick it. It's nothing personal. I wish you the best, but we're going in two different directions.
Nice.
Because if we got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and it's 5:30 and you late.
Yeah, you guys. Wow.
I can't deal with you.
Thank you, my friend.
Anytime, Chris, man. I wish you the best. I like your platform, man. Hey, y'all stay tuned in. He gonna give you some good information.
People want to do business with you, maybe give you some money by the plug. How they get in touch with you, my friend?
I'm on Instagram. Bossman Brewster.
Bossman Brewster.
Correct, Brewster. Brewster.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook, Bossman Brewster. And I tell people that I keep that motto because when you're a boss, it's about having a leadership mentality. A lot of people take the word boss man and misconstrue it for something else. It's about having a leadership mentality. So that's why I hold that title. But those are two places that I'm very active in. You can contact me. And the book is on Amazon.com.
The name of the book again?
From the Rec Yard to the Streets.
From the Rec Yard to the Streets. Real quick, what is the Rec Yard? I don't even know what Rec Yard is.
That's a place in prison where they say, outside rec. You go out there, you play basketball, you lift weights. That's your freedom. In prison, that's your moment of freedom.
Okay. All right. Nice meeting you, my friend.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Yes, sir.